today what we're doing a Kill la Kill anime spoiler-free review.
Yay! And we're gonna basically tell all about is...
Ryoko Moto. We'll start with her.
Let's start with her. So pretty much she goes to the school called...
Handaway Academy.
Where it's an awesome school, and it has some action.
Badass shit.
Badass shit going on, and some awesomeness. So pretty much she goes to the school...
And she gets her ass kicked by a boxer.
I know, and like she just looks like she's like, oh, we got a badass over here. And then she gets her ass kicked by that boxer guy.
But she escapes because she's motivated to fucking find the fucker who killed her father.
And pretty much later, she gets Setsu and
rapes her.
I know, and it has some good fan service.
And she gets transformed into fucking super
warrior.
Warrior.
She got really badass, and then when she came back there, she kicked that boxer's ass. I'm like,
and you got
with some good animation probably.
At least for most of the battle, except for the part where she finishes off the boxer, it was kind of shitty. Still shots.
I know some of the action has still shots. I'm like, really? Come on, this is the first episode.
But Ryoko and Sengetsu, they do balance each other out, and they're both great characters.
They're really both great characters. Later,
whenever Ryoko fucks up, Sengetsu helps fix up Ryoko's mechs, and whenever Sengetsu fucks up, Ryoko fixes up Sengetsu.
They pretty much work together. They have really good chemistry together. And really
now let's go on to Mako.
Mako is the really fascinating character that you love
and she is fucking random. She's like a fucking random meme-based fucking generator.
She is awesome. She's the one who started the show. It was so good.
And she just gets the spot every single scene she's in there. She gets like the fucking spotlight.
She gets the spotlight every episode. It was amazing. I love that. I would buy that DVD just because of her. I'm like, God damn, this is so good.
And her relationship with Ryoko is pretty good too, because every single time Ryoko's
good chemistry, good friendship. Let me
finish my sentence.
Okay, sir.
Every single time Ryoko is in the floor, fucking on a puddle of fucking blood, Mako just shows up there, motivates Ryoko, and bam, Ryoko kicks whoever's in her fucking way.
She doesn't care. She goes right up to Ryoko because
she is brave as fuck.
She is a brave motherfucker.
She has no powers. She is weak. She has no armor. Nothing. She's just a normal...
Power of friendship.
Yeah, her power of friendship makes her go on. She's an everyday woman, but she is badass. Just for that very reason. Being able to fucking stick in a school of crazy motherfuckers and she has no powers... That's what makes her great.
That really makes the series really good because of her. I really liked it.
And the thing is...
And Sengetsu's really good.
Wait, let me go on about Mako, man. There's still more.
Fine.
The relationship between Mako and Ryoko, they build up slowly because at the beginning, when Mako tries to hurl herself towards Ryoko, Ryoko avoids her. But slowly in the series, you notice subtle changes between the relationship because whenever Mako charges towards Ryoko grabs her so that she isn't injured. You can sort of tell, like, throughout the series, Ryoko grows more protective of Mako, and Mako grows more protective of Ryoko, and it's such a good relationship.
Especially how much hard times they've been through, and Ryoko,
Mako
always goes up like.
And her family, and her family.
Her families too, motivated. Like they like.
Not as much, but they're funny.
They're really hilarious. Like it's so good. I liked it.
And let's get on now to the antagonist.
The antagonist is.
And remember, there are certain antagonists we can't talk about because it's spoiler free.
Yeah, it's a spoiler free, so we had to.
We'll just mention about the Elite Four and Satsuki.
So the Elite Four are Gomamori.
Big samurai dude. Nanon with the pink hair.
And the guy with the analysis blue hair guy.
Who gives a shit because he's a disappointment. We'll describe each of them pretty fast because there's not much to talk about.
We'll give him a short say. We'll say a short word.
Yamagori is pretty much...
a camper.
He's a camper, and he's like a gigantic-ass Bulbasaur that likes hitting himself.
But he's badass, though. He looks badass.
He's badass, but his fighting style is kind of boring.
Yeah, I know. He just stands there. I'm like, what?
Because when Ryoko fights him... The battle's boring as fuck, and they used the same animation 4 times when Ryoko's getting whipped.
I know, it's just...
It was no imagination in that battle.
I'm like, I was just standing, I'm like...
Oh, God,
I was like, what the hell is going on,
Then we got Izuma. Again, his battle's boring.
I know, it's just not that interesting.
And out of the Elite Four, Izuma is the least interesting. He just has no personality.
He needs to fucking die.
He's bleh.
Bleh.
Samurai guy... That guy has his badass moments.
He has good, yeah, especially later on.
His dedication towards Sasuke and him, like, getting rid of his own vision, that was some pretty damn big motivation.
I know, he wanted to do everything just to kick Ryoko's ass. I mean, he wants to be royalty with Sasuke.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And then Nanoin, she's pretty interesting too.
I know.
Her fighting style.
Especially with the aerial,
yeah,
and all that music, it was really good. I love that Pei.
Yeah, she's a good character. And now, and then we got Sasuke. Sasuke, I think she's the best character in the show. We won't spoil it, but let's just say
she is a really good. She's good.
She's like she has like a dictator at the beginning, but later on you can sort of she's more of a human.
She's more you understand what she's trying to do.
Once you understand her motivations and
her intentions.
Yes, and how soft she is. You can tell that she's not all fucking rough as fuck, and that's what the great thing about her. Most animes, when they have a dictator like character, they go too much. They're like they're rough.
They're dicks.
They're dicks, but there's nothing to humanize them.
Yeah,
Satsuki, Kirin, she's humanized, and that's what makes her a fucking great character.
Really good character, and then
and she has a cool fighting style. Now that we're done with some of the characters, let's go on to some of the fight scenes.
Fight scenes have.
Oh wait! Before we go on, we almost forgot about nudist speech.
Oh yeah.
Let's just say nudist speech is disappointing. There's a reason why we almost forgot about them. We
forgot about the nudist speech. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know who they were. But then
they just fucking suck.
They suck badly. Please.
Like when they first show up in the series, they look like fucking badass demigods. Man.
Yeah, but then when they actually show themselves the truth, I'm like,
when they try to find on the bigger villains, they're like a disappointment.
I'm like, that was dumb. That was really dumb.
Now let's get on to the action.
The action, the animation was really
for some battles it was fucking great.
It was amazing, but
for other battles it kind of looked like shit.
That's still shots.
Oh yeah, and Ryoko's transformation animation is used almost every fucking episode. It takes up like a fucking 45 seconds of screen time. I know.
Every time she has a transformation, it has some good fan service.
But seeing the same fucking animation for 13 episodes, for like 20 plus episodes.
Get on already!
Like, goddamn.
Every time I see, fine, maybe a couple times was worth it, but if you keep saying every fucking episode, every single
like for 20
minute,
plus. You're like, God damn, we know what
we know what you mean. Get on with it.
Just
unless you guys love fan service, then I love fan service. So
no, even then, it's still annoying seeing the same butt shots.
Same shit. God damn it.
Even Sasuke's transformation sequences are abused. Not as much, but they're still abused.
I know, it's just so that was over too much.
And not just that. At the beginning of the series, this series goes like super fucking fast.
That was really... You want to introduce the villains or no, keep it...
No, let's keep some of the later villains a secret because we can't spoil it.
Oh yeah, it's a secret.
Let's just stay away from season 2. Mm-hmm. We'll just briefly go on it. But in season 1, it starts out fast because in episode 3, already, you get fucking Ryoko Matsuo fighting Sasuke, and that battle was badass.
It was really good.
We're like, holy fuck. How can the series top itself?
Really good animation.
Yeah, and we're wondering how the series can top itself later on. But the problem is, that battle, while cool, it kind of killed the first season a little bit.
It kind of like made some mistakes on it.
Just think about it. It's like fucking Red takes on fucking Green, the fucking Pokemon champion. Then he has to take on Green's bitch-ass Elite Four.
It's like you fight the champion before the Elite Four, but it's supposed to be the opposite. Elite Four, then the champion.
Yes.
And then they did in this one, they
did it reversed. And this kind of takes away the tension, because when Ryoko fights the Elite Four, we already know the fucking outcome. Because in episode 3, Ryoko took on Satsuki on fucking equal ground. But she takes on the Elite Four, and it's like, most of the battles are easy.
I know, like, Gomamori was pretty much...
For most of the battle, she was getting her ass kicked. But then, in the middle of the battle, Satsuki gets a fucking power-up where blades grow out of her fucking body. Then when she fights Imura, it wasn't even a battle. It was just a fucking slaughter.
I know, it just, like, whoops their ass. Like, after she's like, oh, I get it. I'm like, what the...
Really? The only Elite Four that was a fucking challenge?
I don't think there was no strategy in this one. Was there?
Except for Nanoin's battle.
Except Nanoi's battles, but... Everything else was like out of the head. It was like out of the head. I'm like, what the...
When she took on Nanoin, it was great, the aerial battle.
It was.
With Beethoven music versus Japanese pop music, it was fucking great. But, and she also fights the samurai guy early on, but the thing is, that battle isn't that good.
It wasn't that all.
And it was plot hole-ish.
Yeah, plot hole.
Because in the series, they explained that the samurai guy, after he got his power up, he can take on Satsuki without her Kamui. But the thing is, he managed to beat Ryoko, who had her Kamui. That just fucks up the power scaling, because Ryoko with Kamui should be able to take on samurai guy. That's like a plot hole right there.
Over 9,000.
And not just that, the series tries to introduce people without any uniforms, and they give the concept of, people with guns can take on fucking
clothing.
But the thing is, they can't, because this guy with the fucking nail gun, at first he kicks Ryoko's ass, but later, when the stronger villains show up, he gets his ass pwned.
I'm like, I don't get it. You're supposed to be more badass and more tactile.
Trigger doesn't take advantage of all the other elements.
They just he's
so for most of the
character, and then it's like they leave him alone. Like after he's all badass, it's like
and Nudist Beach, they're built up for shit.
They were nothing.
And they were nothing. They did almost nothing.
Shit.
Really, Satsuki's people were more useful.
I know, and god damn,
and not just that. I mean, fuck. For like most of season 1, most of the battles are kind of boring.
I know, it's just
because you kind of know the outcome already. Because Satsuki and Ryoko were dicking it out evenly. But later on, Ryoko fights people weaker than Satsuki, so you know Satsuki's gonna win. It kind of makes the battles too predictable. Except for when this character shows up around episode 13. We're not gonna spoil, but that's the only time
where the battle was badass.
But imagine this, for 9 episodes, all the battles, you know the outcome. It kind of gets annoying.
You already know, you know what it happens.
And another problem, some episodes are fillerish, like episode 2 and 4. Like when Ryoko has to fight in some kind of tennis person that was born, we're like, what the fuck? Ryoko took on the 2-star, and now we're gonna watch another 2-star battle? We're like, fuck, another 2-star. Episode 2 would have been better if Ryoko would have just fought a fucking 3-star right out of the gate.
Yeah, but she has to go from the lowest to the highest.
Yeah, and then she goes to the highest in episode 3, only to, again, episode 4. It's more of another filler episode. I mean, it's kind of annoying and with bad visuals.
Filler? Why?
But what the show does right is the comedy.
Oh, yeah, especially Mako. That's out of the top.
Like, seriously, there's one scene in the series where this woman's holding a fucking baby while using a fucking Tommy gun.
I know, what a badass. No one ever... What?
And then there's another scene where these people get fucking fried like fucking chickens and they still live.
I'm like...
That's kind of funny.
I'm like, wait, what?
And this series has a lot of movie references. For those of you with the keen eye, take notes, especially Pulp Fiction fans. There's a reference to Samuel L. Jackson and...
Samuel Jackson.
In episode, I believe, 4. Samuel L. Jackson and...
Where you see this environment. Where you see
and John Travolta in the background. And there's also a Terminator reference in the 4th episode. So while episode 4 was kind of filler, just some references.
There's some Easter eggs. Pretty much Easter eggs.
And then episode 1, if you notice, there's like a fucking Hulk and Iron Man reference too. So
oh yeah.
This show does have some subtle jokes. Shit, there's jokes are so subtle. In one of the episodes, there's like 2 cats having.
Oh yeah, 2 cats having sex. I know they're fucking each other. I'm like. I was the one who noticed and I pointed out. I was like, "Oh, hey, look at that!"
So yeah, this series,
this cat.
If you pay attention, it's really funny.
If you pay attention really close enough, you'll get it. You'll definitely get it.
And then while the action in season 1 wasn't that great,
and the animation department was like, all right. Some of the parts have really good visuals or is a good animation.
Nah, it doesn't really go up until season 2. Season 2.
Well, season 2 is the most.
Season 2 is when the animation quality goes up.
Really
quite
goes
a bit.
up. Yeah, really.
Especially when revelations are revealed to Ryoko that we won't spoil, but the action in season 2 gets more elevated. It's way better.
Twisted plot point.
A lot of plot twists.
Yeah, a lot of plot twists going on.
And there's even build up too. A lot of the plot
character build-ups, and character development.
A lot of the build up to season 2, there's hints towards it in season 1. For example, we'll give you some hints.
We'll give you hints.
Just pay attention to what Satsuki does in all of her actions. You'll know and you'll have an idea of the plot twist later.
Definitely look closely. Pay attention to any characters.
Yeah.
Pay attention because it's important.
It's a hint towards.
It's really
season
important.
2.
Season 2. So.
And even the ending theme's a fucking hint too.
I know. Yeah, actually, if you looked at
this is one of the shows where you want to look at the ending theme. It really
ending themes are really important, especially when you see something like It has like it's like extra credits, but you see something.
Even the openings, they have a lot of hints towards the future.
The battle of whichever they'll do.
And the soundtrack for the series is pretty good.
I love the soundtrack. I love the opening in season 1. That was really good.
But there's the downside. Remember how some of the soundtracks sound too similar to the Attack on Titan?
Oh yeah,
like remember how
noticed.
Ryoko's soundtrack sounds too much like one of the soundtracks from Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
Where the whole it sounds way too similar to
It sounds like
Renner's fight scene when she's fighting the female Titan from Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it sounds like
it sounds like a fucking remix. Like
it looked like they're borrowing it. It's like, can we borrow it with a little bit remix?
I mean, yeah, they have the same composer, but he has to reinvent himself somewhat.
But overall, I really
the soundtrack was enjoyable.
Yeah, the soundtrack was really amazing,
and the battles were pretty cool.
Pretty badass, most of them.
And the character designs are pretty cool looking too, especially.
I love I love the artwork, like the drawings.
Yeah, it's like a mix of anime and cartoons.
Yeah, anime and cartoons. It feels like it looked back then. I watched the old animes. It looked like remind me of it. I'm like, wow,
it gives an old feel.
Old feeling back then. I'm like,
and this anime, the over the topness, it just gives it a fucking feel, a fucking surge of energy every single time we watch the episodes. While this anime may have some fuck ups, the awesome music. The good action when there's like the important fight scenes.
It makes up for those. It makes up.
And the over the topness, it makes.
And character development, the comedy, all that makes up for it. It makes up for it. And it really.
The shortcomings. So we give this anime
an 8.5 out of 10. Cause the anime, like we said, the
animation kind of lowers it a bit.
Could have been a lot better because
and some of the action scenes in season 1 sort of lower it too.
They quickly done the fighting scenes.
Some of the scenes are too fast in episode 1, or they're too slow.
They're way too slow. They should have quickly.
But season 2, it improves on season 1.
Mm-hmm. One other thing.
One other thing, though. Another downside to season 2. There's one downside to season 2. Ryoko's character sort of takes regression in season 2, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it gets
she gets pissed off for no reason. She falls into the same mistake, so we gotta kind of.
Yeah, we kind of push back on it.
A little bit, and the same shit happens because in season 1, Ryoko goes into Berserk, and then season 2, she goes in Berserker mode again. We're like,
okay, this is way too much. Yeah, you already pissed. You should have it resolved by now. You should have it resolved.
But other than those few mistakes, Kill la Kill it's a good anime.
Really amazing anime. So
it's an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5,
which is pretty damn good.
So I really recommend this anime to anyone.
But for those of you who don't like over the topness, don't watch it because and for those who want logic, don't watch it because this anime throws logic out of the fucking window.
Yeah, like it just shows some plot holes in this series. Some.
No, the plot holes are the point.
Plot holes. Some. That's why I said some. But
yeah,
we'll
have the link in the description.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week.